Welcome to the podcast Friday Feels, brought to you by the Office of Counseling and Wellness at Berkeley College. I'm your host and personal counselor, Sarah Nickerson. Join our journey with Berkeley students as they navigate the challenges of the current pandemic with strength, creativity, and wisdom. New episodes released every Friday. Thanks for listening. All right, so welcome to Friday Feels. I'm so happy that you're here. Usually we start by just having the student introduce themselves. So whatever you'd like to share, I would love to hear.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Tajay. I'm a new student at Berkeley on my second semester.
That's awesome. What are you studying?
Criminal justice.
Awesome. And you said earlier when we were talking that you're at work. What do you do for work?
I'm an assistant preschool teacher.
Whoa, how has that been for you?
Crazy. I work with 3-year-olds and they're like so wild.
Oh man, and that must be like extra hard with the pandemic too.
Yes, we have to make sure that we take precautions as far as cleaning and keeping everything separated and stuff. But they're still kids, so
Yeah, they're gonna be kids.
yeah.
That's awesome. Were you born and raised in New York? Or are you from somewhere else?
Yeah, no, I was born and raised in New York, in East New York at my grandma's house. I believe maybe almost all of my cousins were raised in my grandma's house.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, it's like 17 of us.
Whoa, are you really close with a lot of them, or what's that like for you?
Um, well, let's see. My grandmother has 5 children. Of the 5 children, the adults are my mother's older 2 siblings, and I am only close with maybe 4 of them.
Gotcha. Man.
The rest of them are young.
Yeah, so it's probably like harder to connect to them.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go to school for criminal justice?
Well, I don't know. I've always been into like a little bit of everything as far as thinking I can do anything.
Yeah.
So it was more so kind of thought like let's go through the list of things that I feel like I can do and
Yeah.
whichever one sticks. So it was kind of like that. I did go to academy. I went to an academy where it's like hospitality where they teach you how to be like flight attendant or anything within a resort and stuff like that. That was like a 5 month course that I did, and I
Gotcha.
ended up working for a cruise line. They actually just emailed me back and said like after COVID they want to bring me back. I'm
Oh,
like,
nice.
I don't know, the boat
Yeah.
again, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I did
Wow.
that. I thought military, maybe I did actually go into boot camp, but I got injured. So
Oh,
that didn't even fall through. And then I thought about maybe becoming a police officer.
yeah.
And then with everything going on, chickened out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm built for that.
Yeah. No, I understand for sure. Especially
you
after
know?
yesterday and the events at the Capitol. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like I think that's probably one of the hardest jobs now. No one
Mm,
trusts them anymore.
mm.
So I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you enjoyed your criminal justice classes so far?
Actually, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't. My first semester was like really, really fun. I had an ethics class, first ethics class I've ever taken. It was like my favorite
Oh,
class. I liked the
yeah.
professor. I liked the back and forth online because I do online courses. I
Yes.
like the
Yeah.
back and forth interactions that we had with the other classmates. That was fun. And now with the second semester, it's because of the break, it's kind of hard jumping back into it. But I'm starting to notice,
Mm,
okay, I see a few classes that I can get used to looking at the syllabus and like, all right, I can do this. Not that
yeah.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah. What for you in the pandemic and with classes and everything, what has been hardest for you in the pandemic?
Um, okay. I would say my personal life. I think my
Mm,
personal life has actually been hard for me because I don't mind. I know a lot of people. are going through so much with this pandemic going on, but I wouldn't say it's affected me really because I haven't had COVID. I haven't been around anyone who has COVID, and I thankfully haven't lost anyone.
Yeah.
So I can't say that it's been such a thing for me that it devastated me where I couldn't work and all of that stuff. It was more
Right.
so my person, my surroundings becoming
Mm.
difficult for me, and
Mm.
it had nothing to do with the pandemic. And it was just like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
everybody has to go through something.
Oh man, what has helped you to kind of get through that tough time? Do you have any like self-care activities that you do or anything that you tell yourself that helps you to keep moving forward?
I write music, so
Cool.
yeah. I just started. Like I've always had like this great singing voice, and I could write poetry really, really good. I went to a few poetry slams, and I
Wow.
wrote a book on Wattpad and all of that. But I
What?
never could write a song ever. And I would try, and I'm just like, no, this sucks. This sucks. I even offered to pay someone to write me a song so that I can like probably get into the studio and just sing it. But then
Wow.
some people don't be on your wavelength. You know, when you have a plan, people have their own plans, so you can't expect them to be on your same timing. So I
Yeah.
just was like, okay, let me do it. Let me try it again, and it actually turned out really well. I have like 6 songs written. I haven't gone to the studio, but I plan to go tomorrow to
Wow.
finally to record my song. And I think
That's
that has
amazing.
been really great for me.
Yeah, like what kind of things do you like to write about, poetry and song-wise?
I feel like I'll be completely honest too. My poetry is like deep and it has everything to do with me and what I go
Mm.
through mentally, emotionally, and even like with guys or something like that. That's what I write my
Right.
poetry about. I'm very like
Yeah.
secure with my poetry. No one can read my poetry. I have a special poetry book and all that stuff, and it's that's private. As far as with my music, it's kind of a different thing. Like sometimes,
Mm.
like right now, I'm at work and I have like a 3 hour break because the kids are doing nap time. I would sit here and my friend works with me. So we would sit in my classroom and we would listen to beats and we would come up with songs and we would laugh because I'm like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like I'll
Right.
say a line about maybe a boy cheated on me or I'm about to go do this to somebody. It's just like I ain't never did that. I ain't never been heartbroken, but I'm writing a song about being heartbroken. And it's just like, okay, I guess I'm asking
Yeah.
her, is this right? Is this how people feel? I can imagine, but like I
Mm.
wrote a song called Break My Heart, and it's basically like about a guy being with another girl and me just begging him to tell me the truth and like it's
Wow.
okay, it's not gonna hurt me. And it's just
Mm.
like I don't know what that is. I don't know what that feels like for
Mm.
me to be like pouring myself and telling the boy, just tell me the truth. Because as women, do we really want to hear it?
Right. Yeah. So it's like asking yourself some of those deeper questions. And even if you've never experienced it, it's, we've all had a heartbreak around something, whether it was a relationship or something else. And it's great that you've found a place to be able to like write about those things. It also sounds like you're super creative, like you really enjoy storytelling in a way.
Yes, I'm really good at stories.
That's
I was
awesome.
actually gonna start a podcast. Back to me saying there's a few things that I thought about doing. I was gonna start a
Mm.
podcast, and it was gonna be about storytelling.
Amazing. Well, now you're on a podcast, so it can kind of give you an opening to maybe think about doing your own. It's not so hard.
Yeah, I like that. I liked it when I saw that you were looking for people to get on your podcast. I immediately jumped at the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you did. Um, for you, like what what do you feel when you're writing? Like what does writing do for you? How does it make you feel?
Um, I feel like it de-stresses me
Mm.
in a way. Like, let me see. So like maybe because work can be really stressful, not
Oh
because of the
yeah.
kids, but because you have your coworkers and stuff like that. Or even when I go home and I think about like, am I really where I want to be at this point in
Mm.
time? Like, am I happy? And I feel like
Mm.
most importantly, all I ever want is to be like genuinely filled with joy.
Yeah.
And when I'm going through those thoughts, it builds up so much anxiety within me, and me writing releases it completely.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's externalizing it so it's not all pent up inside.
Exactly. Like I'll forget about it. I'll forget
Mm.
about that I was even feeling anxious that day.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. And do you have other things that you do for self care besides like poetry writing and writing songs?
Yeah, I do a lot of face masks.
Yes, girl. Do you get like the paper ones or the clay ones? You make your own?
I think I like both paper and clay, and my boyfriend does not like the clay ones.
Oh,
But I
yeah. They
like
can,
the clay ones.
yeah, they really suck things out of your face.
Yeah, exactly. But I hate how like sometimes my face feels dry after.
I
I
know. You
even
gotta like
I
follow it up with a really nice lotion or something.
right. I even once put honey on my face, like raw honey.
Yeah. Yeah, they say honey is really good for your skin and it's also like antibacterial, so it can kill any bacteria on your face.
Yeah, my skin
Um,
was glowing.
yeah, girl. One time I read that you can mix honey with cinnamon, and the cinnamon is
Mhm.
also like an anti-inflammatory um
Hmm.
herb or something like that. So that's great. Skincare is like I think it's a really wonderful way to be able to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, and to also make you feel good about yourself because when you look good, you feel good.
That's right, girl. That's right. Well, what are your plans after college? You know what you want to do? And then just from talking to you, I'm guessing that you have many things that you'd like to do.
Exactly. I just don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like wherever the wind takes me, but definitely the plan essentially is I'm a full-time student trying to get my associates and then to go into my bachelor's. So with that, I hope to probably get into the criminal field right after I
Okay.
get my associates so
Yeah.
that when I'm pursuing my bachelor, I'm already in a field that hopefully I enjoy and would
Yeah.
love to stay in so that when I
Yeah.
get my bachelor's, there's only up from there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That that's
Yeah.
generally the plan. Like I want a degree to pursue a career with this degree. I don't want a degree for just to have it, you know, and to do
Absolutely.
something else.
Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds like you're somebody who really allows yourself to dream big. Like there's nothing that you withhold from yourself and you really allow yourself to follow your dreams. And that's really incredible.
Yeah, you have to dream big. That's what keeps
Gotta.
hope alive. You
You
have to
gotta.
remain positive. With especially with everything that's going on, you have to most definitely remain positive because it's so easy to let the negative consume you and
Mhm.
it's consumed me once. So once you've been there, you just never want to be there again, you know?
Yeah.
So you do
Yeah.
whatever it takes to stay out of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think sometimes we call that like a growth mindset. A lot of times what keeps people stagnant or still is that they have a closed mindset. They're like, "Well, I can
Mhm.
only do A or B." But if you have a
Yeah.
growth mindset, you're like, "Well, I could do A, B, C, D, E, F." There's like multiple
Exactly.
ways.
Multiple things. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you. The last question I have for you is if you had to give any advice or encouragement to other Berkeley students, what would it be?
Um, make a plan and stick
Mm.
to it. Because, you know, you have so many procrastinators. Me, I'm the biggest one.
Oh,
And it's
yeah,
just
me
like,
too.
once you have a plan, I feel like it sets everything in motion. But it has to be a plan that you're like genuine about, something that you would love to
Mm,
do. Because not a lot of
mm,
people get to get into something that they love to do. Me, I love children, and I'm a
yeah,
preschool teacher now, but I'm in the criminal field, and people would think it has nothing to do with each other. But I'm going to make it happen so that I'm still
yeah,
going to be working with children because they make me smile, they make me happy, and
yeah.
there's nothing that can go wrong. Like, of
Mm.
course, you're gonna get negative things coming at you, but just like steer through it because after you get out of the darkness, the light will come out.
Yeah, I love a few things that you said. Like, 1, make sure that it's your plan, not somebody else's plan, not your mama's plan, not your friend's plan, not your boyfriend's plan. It's gotta be your plan. It's gotta be the
Yes,
thing that you are excited about, that you feel like, is calling you forward and pulling you forward. And then
Right.
I also love the idea um, of just like merging all of your interests into one thing. I think sometimes
Mhm.
I remember I read somewhere they said we often tell our life what we want to do with it, but do we ever ask our life what it wants to do with us? And like the idea is that you're following your joy, you're following the things that kind of light you up inside, like you said, working with kids, criminal justice, and finding ways to combine those things. Because if you
Yeah.
follow your joy, I really believe that our life is constantly telling us who we are and what we are capable of doing. Um,
Mhm.
and we just don't listen. Like we often push it away or, we overthink it or whatever. And so that's so great that you are finding the things that really light you up inside and that bring
Yes.
you a sense of like joy and hope and that you're pursuing them with wild abandon, like no matter what people are saying or the logistics of it. Like that's really a remarkable thing and you should be very proud of yourself.
I am, because it's like it's not easy. I could
Yeah,
say it, but I still like have a little setbacks. Like with my
of course.
music, I still think like, oh my God, is it gonna be good? Like till now, I know that I want to go to the studio and it's booked, but sometimes the doubt creeps in, and you just have to
Mm,
smash through it. Because
yeah.
if that's something you want to do, no one is gonna push you but yourself.
Mm,
No matter
yeah.
whoever says they're on your side and all of that, it's your plan. They can't push you to do something that you already know you want to do.
Mm,
So I gotta
yeah,
push
you
myself. You can
you gotta
stay with
motivate
me and you can
yourself.
be by my side, but I've learned from experience that people who are by your side don't usually stay by your side. So
Mm,
you gotta do it
mm.
alone.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's you and yourself, and you gotta decide what's best for you. Nobody else can decide it for you.
Yep, create your own happy bubble and step in it.
Yeah, girl. Well, I'm so glad that we got to meet and I got to have you on the podcast today. Um, it was really just it was my joy to be able to listen to you and to hear everything that you're doing, and I can't wait to um just see the next part of your life unfold and all the good that you're going to do in the world, and I'm so grateful that you shared with us today.
Yes, and thank you for having me. It actually made me feel so joyous that I can express myself and share with other people and that they're actually going to listen and hear me.
Yeah. Well, you're awesome, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, bye.
Enjoy. Bye.
That's all for now. Join us next week for another episode of Friday Feels. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe. Be well.